Hi friends, it's Jennifer again. It seems like y'all like it when I rant about the injustices of the world, so here's another one that really chaps my hide. The same system that keeps us overworked and overwhelmed also feeds us. But it's not feeding us to nourish us. It's feeding us to keep us tired, inflamed, addicted, and profitable. If you've been trying to eat better but you still feel like crap, if your energy's tanked, your cravings are out of control, or your health just keeps declining, you need to hear this. Because this isn't about willpower. It's not even just about food. This is about the food system, the farming system, the policy system, the profit system. Big Pharma's equally evil sibling, Big Food. And it's time we called it what it is. Let's start with what should be obvious. A lot of what we call food in this country isn't food at all. It's a product engineered in labs, designed not to nourish you, but to override your natural satiety cues. Sugar, fat, salt, artificial flavors, ultra-processed ingredients, preservatives, all tuned to hit that perfect bliss point in your brain. This isn't speculation, it's science, and they are using it to manipulate us. And it's not just in what you normally think of as junk food. It's in bread, yogurt, salad dressing, granola bars, cereal. Anything in a box or a bag has most likely been optimized for addiction, not for health. They want you to believe that you lack discipline, but the truth is the food system is rigged and it's working exactly as intended. Check the label sometime if you don't already. You may not even be able to pronounce a lot of what's on there. Maltodextrin, sucralose, processed seed oils, carrageenan, natural flavors, red 40, TBHQ. Many of these are banned in countries like the UK, France, and Norway, but they're perfectly legal here. Why? Because the food industry lobbies Congress more aggressively than the tobacco and alcohol industries combined. From 2019 to 2023, food and beverage corporations spent $1.15 billion lobbying lawmakers and regulators. That's more than big oil, more than big tobacco. And it works. Those lobbyists influence everything from school lunch policies to ingredient labeling and food safety laws. So yes, your yogurt is full of sugar and dyes. Your healthy granola bar has 5 different kinds of sweeteners, and your bag of natural snacks contains compounds linked to cancer, inflammation, and metabolic dysfunction. But it's all perfectly legal. They don't wait until we're adults to start shaping our appetites either. From the moment that we're old enough to hold a spoon, the system goes to work. Cereal boxes with cartoon characters on them. Juice boxes with more sugar than soda. Kids' yogurts with food coloring and additives. We've normalized feeding kids food that would never pass a health inspection in another country. The earlier the habit forms, the longer the customer life cycle. We're not just feeding children, we're cultivating lifetime customers for big food, big pharma, and a medical system that profits off of poor health. And here's where it all converges. Ultra-processed foods are now linked to higher rates of obesity, diabetes, cardiovascular disease, autoimmune disorders, depression, and cancer. And yet, instead of questioning what we're eating, we're told to eat less and move more. Eat less, move more. And to take a pill for everything else. Have you stopped to think how eat less, move more might be their way of gaslighting us? They want us to believe it's our own fault. This is not failure of the food system, it's actually the business model. Roughly 95% of U.S. healthcare spending goes towards managing chronic disease, not preventing or curing it. Meanwhile, the same companies that manufacture and market food-like substances also have financial ties to pharmaceutical firms, insurance companies, and healthcare systems. We are being fed, and then we are being medicated, and they are profiting every step of the way. They are addicting us to processed food, making us sick, and then creating a cure for it. We are inflamed, we are exhausted, we are metabolically broken, and we're told it's our fault. We're starving for nutrients in a sea of empty calories. We're craving dopamine because our brains are fried from stress and our guts are wrecked by artificial additives. We're sick, but we're still showing up, still producing, still consuming, because that's exactly how this system was designed to function. This isn't a public health failure, it's a public health strategy. You're not supposed to feel good. You're supposed to be manageable. We're all being managed. I've been on this soapbox for nearly 20 years and I still struggle with disordered eating. I say that as a registered nurse and a trained health coach, someone who understands the science, who has coached others through behavior change, and who knows better. Because knowing isn't always enough, especially when we're living in a system that makes the most addictive foods the most accessible. Food addiction is running rampant. It's real, it's physiological, and it's completely normalized. You can be deep in food addiction, binging, numbing, self-soothing, and no one will bat an eye because it's socially acceptable. It's everywhere. Birthday cakes, office donuts, emotional eating memes, ha ha ha, processed snacks marketed as self-care. No one wants to call it what it is, and because of that, it's incredibly hard to find support. There are no interventions for the woman who eats a whole bag of chips in the car right after leaving a bad day at work. No one stages a detox when you're buying ice cream after a hard day and going home and eating the whole tub. But the damage is real. It's in our blood sugar, our inflammation, our sleep disturbances, and our mental health. So if you're struggling, even though you know better, you're not broken. You're just living in a system that knows exactly how to manipulate you. And it's time we started telling the truth about that. Here's the truth that still gives me hope. Every home-cooked meal, every trip to the farmer's market, every time you grow something for yourself, read a label, or say no to the quick fix that costs you your vitality, that's an act of resistance. It's not fast. It won't get you a six-pack in 30 days, but it is revolutionary. Because every time you reclaim your body, your time, your attention, you take back something that they were never meant to own. Your pain makes them rich, and so does your addiction to ultra-processed foods. And the moment that you stop feeding the machine and start feeding yourself whole, real, natural food in the form that Mother Nature gave it to you, you start to turn the tables. Now with that, I'm headed off for my Saturday morning ritual, the farmer's market. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.